Do you have what it takes to be a leader? Well, I think everyone does, as long as they know how to get it out of them. Hi, my name is Leela Brock, and I am very passionate about leadership. I have many leadership roles throughout my community, my church, and I even have a small business where I lead and run things. I'm also very passionate about a club that I'm the president of called the Youth Leadership Association, which helps teach me how to be a leader, and I'm going to pass that information to you. So today I'm going to be talking to you about how to be an effective leader. So according to Western Governors Academy, in an article written December 22nd, 2020, things that define an effective leader includes using clear communication, self-confidence, value and strength of peers, level-headedness and patience, equal treatment, and leading through example. So these things are all very important. First, using clear communication. You want to be clear and concise when speaking to the people you are leading. Next, you want to be very confident in what you are saying. That way, these peers will have trust in you. Next is to value the strength of peers. You really want to have these peers understand that you value that they are growing in themselves and they're becoming better people. Next is to be patient and level-headed. You do not want to scream at the people you are dealing with. You don't want to, get mad at them just because they're taking a little longer to grasp something. You need to be patient and you need to control your emotions and your anger especially. Next is to give equal treatment. Everybody is a person. There may be differences in people, but you do not need to pick favorites. You do not need to pick the better person. You need to treat everyone the same, and you need to give everybody the same treatment. Next, you need to lead through example. You cannot tell somebody to do something if you're not going to do that thing yourself. If they see you participating like you are one of them, they are going to follow you. Next, a very helpful thing, according to an article by the Business and Management Department at Grand Canyon University, written on September 6, 2023, getting a leadership-related degree is going to skyrocket your leadership skills. So by doing this, you can learn to adjust your style of leadership to help grow the people you are leading. And then next, you can learn to lead a group to creatively resolve issues. If you cannot sit down with a group of people and decide together how you're going to resolve an issue, you do not need to be a leader. Being a leader is also being able to work with others. So a degree that you could get includes a Master of Business Administration. And some career ideas from this degree are a supervisor, regional manager, chief executive officer, and a corporate trainer. Next, you need to practice your leadership skills. I know how crazy that sounds. How in the world would you practice a leadership skill? Well, first, you need to assess your strengths. So say I'm really strong at public speaking. I can get up here and I can talk to anybody I want to. But maybe whenever I sit down one-on-one with the person, I just get really angry and I can't control my emotions and I scream at them because they're struggling. That's where working on your faults come in. You need to know what you're good at, but you also need to know what you struggle with, and you need to practice that, and you could even talk to somebody to get some help adjusting that part of your leadership. And that brings me to my next point. You need to learn from others. Don't be shy. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Not everyone naturally has leadership skills. I don't think anyone does. So observe others. Find a leader that you admire that has helped you maybe, and observe how they led you. Observe how another person leads a group of people, even famous leaders that we know, maybe presidents, maybe business managers. I don't know. Anybody who you admire, observe how they help others, how they lead others, and take tips from them. And you could even combine leadership styles. Say you have a leadership style that maybe isn't fully working for the group of people you are leading, but you see maybe your club president lead you one way. Combine your skills, create a new style of leadership, and customize it for the group of people you are leading. And lastly, you could get an experienced mentor. Like I said, a famous leader, maybe a popular leader in your town, maybe one you've had in the past. Find a person that is willing to help you, listen to them, and be sure to really take into account what they're telling you. Next is to have the ability to positively influence others. So according to Lauren Landry from Harvard Business School in an article written on October 4th, 2018, being able to have others follow you without bossing them around is very important. And how do you positively influence others? Well, to do this, you need to understand and respect others. Everybody has different beliefs. Everybody has different ways they believe. But you need to understand each and every person's thought process. You need to understand what they believe, and you don't need to disrespect that. You need to take into account that everybody is different. And if you respect the people you are leading, they will respect you back. You don't deserve anybody's respect until you earn it, and I fully believe that. People at Harvard fully believe that, so be sure to gain respect before you ask for it. And lastly, how do you know that you're an effective leader? Well, ask yourself these 3 questions. Are people willing to follow you? Are people straight up telling you no? Or do you have the respect and they are telling you, I respect you, yes, I will follow your lead? Next, do you make people better? Lastly, do you adapt to people's needs? Ask yourself these questions, reflect, and that's how you can know if you're an effective leader. Being an effective leader will completely change how you lead, and I highly recommend taking these tips.